Hello, and welcome to the Office of International Admissions and Programs presentation on the STEM OPT extension. This presentation is intended to inform you, our international F1 students, about the general process to file your I-765 for STEM OPT online. If you have further questions after reviewing these presentations, please contact us at intladvising@uhcl.edu. We will only be going over the online filing process as we see many benefits to filing online versus filing by paper. Remember, this is your application to USCIS. OIAP can provide guidance, but this should not be construed as legal advice. We provide suggestions based on experience and knowledge, but again, this is not legal advice. Here you can see an overview of the application steps. For more information about the Form I-983, please review our Form I-983 video. You will want to work with your employer to complete your Form I-983. Begin the online I-765 application with USCIS. Then you will download the draft snapshot. Upload all required documents to the ISD portal, pay the UHCL STEM OPT fee, receive your STEM OPT recommendation I-20 from your advisor. You will print, sign the I-20 and save a copy and upload the I-20 onto the online I-765 and then submit the online I-765 and pay the USCIS fee. It is very important that you do not submit the STEM OPT extension application online with USCIS before getting the STEM recommendation I-20 from your international student advisor. If you submit before getting the I-20, this will result in a denial of your STEM OPT and could lead to other status issues after that. This is your application to USCIS. Take your time and follow all USCIS filing instructions. The items you will need to have saved and ready to go include a new passport photo. Do not use one from your previous EAD application, passport, or visas. Official UHCL transcripts. You can request these from eServices. If you have difficulty accessing eServices, please contact the Student Enrollment Center at 281-283-2722. Your most recent I-94, your passport biographical information page, and your previous OPT EAD card. Have your credit card or debit card or checking account details ready to pay the USCIS fee online after you get the STEM I-20 from UHCL. These are general steps to filing the I-765 online. This is your application to USCIS. OIAP provides general guidance based on knowledge and experience. This is not considered legal advice. You have the right to retain legal counsel for completing any US government form. At the time of this recording, this is what the screens looks like. USCIS may make changes, but the general process should remain the same. Most likely, you already have a USCIS online account from when you filed your post-completion OPT. You can log into your account, or if you do not have one, create a new account. We recommend using your personal email as your UHCL student email has likely already expired or will expire soon. If you are creating an account, check your email for an account creation link. Read and agree to the terms of use and create a unique password. We recommend that you use the email verification method in the event that you are outside the US when needing to log in and do not have access to your US phone number overseas. However, this does not mean that you can apply for STEM OPT while being outside the US. You must be inside the US to submit the application. Finish your account setup. If you do already have an account, it is recommended that you edit your profile and check the address that you have listed there, as your mailing address may have changed since your OPT application. Make note that this page may change over time, but the I-765 should always be an option. Again, this page may change over time, but the I-765 should always be an option. The Paperwork Reduction Act, your application will automatically save and go through, but the draft will delete if you don't make an update within 30 days. You want to choose C3C for the STEM extension. The E-Verify number is not the same as the EIN number. Make sure you enter the correct number here. Work with your human resources department or supervisor for this information. If you select initial permission or renewal of permission, both are usually accepted by USCIS. Technically, this is an initial permission to accept employment in a new category. This should be self-explanatory, the About You section. If you are moving apartments after or during the application process, we recommend you use a trusted address of a friend or family member where you can receive mail. This will help prevent your card from getting lost in the mail. As mentioned previously, even if you put a different address here, some students have alerted us that the address was pulled from their account rather than what they filled out on the I-765. So make sure that your USCIS online account has all of the correct addresses updated. Don't forget to enter dates in the month, day, year format. More biographical information to fill out. If you had an EAD card before, include the USCIS number written on the card in the A number section. And everyone applying for STEM OPT should have a social security number at this point. And again, we suggest that when you click yes, that you have one, leave that blank when you're uploading your I-765 draft snapshot into the ISD portal, because we do not want to be responsible for having that information in the portal. Prepare and upload your saved documents. Pay attention to the file type, size, and the naming requirements listed under file requirement. This is your photo and your I-94. Again, the photo needs to be new and not one that you used in your recent applications. Your passport and your post-completion EAD card can be uploaded into the employment authorization document or government ID section. You want to pause here and skip this one to go to the next one. This is where you will upload your new STEM OPT recommendation I-20 that you received from your international advisor after you've submitted in the ISD portal. So you won't upload anything here at this point until you get to after you get your I-20 from our office. From this point, you can skip to college degree. This is where you will upload your official UHCL transcripts. Make sure they state degree awarded at the top of the transcripts. You can upload a copy of your degree, but that is optional. The institution accreditation section, you do not need to upload anything here in most cases. You may skip this section if you're using UHCL degree for your STEM extension. If you are using a previous STEM degree from another institution that is not UHCL, contact your UHCL international advisor for assistance on what documentation you should be uploading into this section. Now that you filled out all of that information, you want to download the draft snapshot and upload this into the OPT STEM application on the ISD portal for review by your advisor. Do not pay for your I-765 until you have your OPT STEM extension recommendation I-20. So now that you've submitted everything in the portal, you're going to come back to the online application. After you get your STEM extension recommendation I-20, you'll sign back into your account, upload your I-20 under the evidence tab, and then proceed. Remember to sign your I-20 with pen ink. Students cannot digitally sign their I-20. Make note that this page may change over time, but the I-765 should always be an option. And then we recommend that you print this page for your records. Make sure you read and understand everything that you're signing. Have your debit card, credit card, or checking account information ready to pay. You will be directed to another site, the pay.gov site. Print a copy of any receipts you get after submission. After you file your I-765, USCIS, you'll get an automatic receipt notice. Processing time for STEM EADs range anywhere from between 60 to 120 days. In this next section, we will discuss what to do in certain scenarios while your STEM OPT application is pending. So if you're changing employers during the time you have an OPT STEM extension application pending with USCIS, you should complete an OPT update in the ISD portal, submit a completed Form I-983 in the ISD portal with the new employer information, and upload a copy of your I-797 receipt notice. And then also request an I-20 reprint so that you can include this information to USCIS. OIAP will send your updated I-20 and employer information to USCIS via email. You do not need to contact USCIS or send anything to them via post. You could upload a letter and the new updated I-20 to your online application through the additional evidence section. However, your DSO, your international advisor, does need to also email USCIS to update them. We'll make your new I-20 available per your request in the I-20 reprint after updating USCIS. And there is no evidence that changing your employer while your STEM application is pending will delay it in any way. If USCIS notifies you that they need more evidence, this is called a request for evidence or an RFE. Contact your international advisor for assistance by emailing them a copy of the RFE notice for the review, and they can guide you on the next steps. If your STEM OPT application is pending with USCIS after your post-completion OPT EAD expires and you filed a timely application, meaning you filed before your OPT expired, you may continue to work for 180 days. If you need proof of the Code of Federal Regulations or the CFR that states this, contact your international advisor and they'd be happy to provide that to you so you can provide that information to your employer. Following is a list of suggested resources for further information on the STEM program. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you watch our other videos for more details on the various aspects of STEM OPT.